Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
I'm Lita Leapins.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
Well, we're excited to open the show at the brand new Italian Kitchen downtown Vancouver.
That's right. If you're watching in the rest of the country, come check this place out. It literally is in the center of downtown Vancouver. Now, the party is just getting going, and we're going to come back here a few times throughout the show and check out how the party's going. But let's get right to Our City Tonight.
This segment of Spirits Up is brought to you by Time Winery. Cheers.
Well, this is something different for our Spirits Up segment. We're actually not at a restaurant or a bar like we normally are. We're up here in Penticton at Time Winery with Krista Lee. It's great to be up here.
It's so excited to finally have you in my home.
That's right.
And this is actually the first urban winery in the South Okanagan, which is pretty spectacular.
It is. So we've purchased the old movie theater in downtown Penticton. So we're standing in what used to be the Penmar Theater. So anybody that's come to visit Penticton over the years, it was originally built in 1955, and we've converted it into the winery. So there are definitely in other regions urban wineries, but a lot of the times they really are just tasting rooms. This is our full-fledged operating winery. As you've seen, we have fruit, we have barrels. This is where we're making the wine, right downtown.
Oh, wow.
And when you guys, I know you guys have been working on it for a while, but this is a big space. When are you expecting to have the kind of the grand opening?
We expect the grand opening to be probably spring 2018, and that's when we'll have the tasting room, the theater, the restaurant, all of the guest facilities will be open then.
Oh, very exciting.
Excellent. We'll be there for that grand opening. But hey, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're standing in the barrel cellar, so I thought, you know what, let's taste a little bit of our Time Chardonnay. We're here at Time, so we're going to focus on what we're doing here at this winery. So this is our 2014. It's got a little bit of oak to it, so a third of it was fermented in stainless, which you've seen the stainless. A third of it in stainless barrels, and then we stir the lees. And by stirring the lees, it gives it a little bit of mouth weight, a little texture to the wine. And then a third of it was in barrels.
In barrels.
So yes, French oak. So it's got a little bit of oakiness to it. You get a little vanilla, a little caramel. That's all the characteristic from the oak.
Excellent. And pairing this with what?
This definitely for me, a beautiful salmon dish or halibut, just any kind of shellfish as well, prawns, crab, lobster, because it's got some great acidity too.
Well, I got to tell you, I said this to you a year ago when we started. You've turned me on to Chardonnay, which I never was. So anyway, we're going to come back to Time Winery here in Penticton because we got a couple more great wines to try. That's coming up later in the show.
Years, you must be so excited.
I'm pretty happy, yeah.
Well, and you got to show us all the different clothing, all the dresses that you've made through the years. What has been your inspiration in these 10 years?
Wow. I mean, like I just said, it always comes down to my clients. I love to play with fabric. Fabric inspires me to no end, but in the end, when I see my clients and when they come in and when I know what it is they want, I can make it for them, and it's just so exciting.
So what do we have in store for 2018?
Oh, 2018. Oh my God, we haven't gone there yet.
That's not a very good answer.
I know, we're just doing holiday now. That's terrible, I know. But yeah, honestly, I haven't gone there. We're just working on holiday right now and getting the store stocked with all of that.
Well, you know how much I love your designs, and I am so proud of you, and I'm so honored to be wearing your designs in every single one of my shows.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. And you look so ridiculously beautiful in everything every time.
Well, every time that I go somewhere, someone thinks that you design it perfectly for me. So,
And I do.
thanks, Shelley.
Thank you, Lita.
Well, we're back here at the brand new Italian Kitchen located, I mean, like right in the middle of Vancouver, Robson and Burrard. If you're watching in the rest of the country, when in Vancouver, come check this great place out. And we're with two of the people right now that are looking after this new location.
Absolutely, and you know what, it's really exciting that Italian Kitchen has moved over here. What do you anticipate for the new location?
We anticipate our guests to be extremely happy. Originally it was Don Francesco's, so they built up a heritage here, and we're a constant destination, and we hope to be the same thing for Vancouver.
Absolutely.
Melissa, can you talk a little bit about what went into moving from one place to another?
Well, it was definitely a big project, but all hands on deck, great team effort, and the results have been absolutely outstanding.
Very nice. And you've got such a loyal base of customers at the kitchen and some of the other restaurants in the family. Everybody excited about this new move?
Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
Very
We've had such a great reception from everyone on Burrard and in the city, and they're all very happy, and so are we. So we look forward to it.
Christmas season is geared up to be a big one as well, so we're really pleased.
Very nice.
Great. Well, thanks for spending some time with us. It's a busy night for you guys.
Hi, I'm Umberto Menghi. I hope you know the chef, the restaurant, Il Giardino, and I hope you're watching our city tonight.
We're back here in Penticton at Time Winery. We are so excited to finally be visiting your home.
I know, I'm so excited to have you here in the Okanagan.
So what are we trying?
So this is our 2014 Time Cabernet Franc. So Cabernet Franc is one of my favorite varietals. And there's a fair bit of it growing in the province, and one of the reasons is because in most regions, it generally ripens a little bit earlier than Cabernet Sauvignon. So anything we can ripen earlier than Cab Sauv is a good thing. However, what we found in the Okanagan is it actually has a lower shutdown point. So it actually shuts down growing in the summer, and then it's having to catch up at the end of the season. So it actually generally ripens a little bit later than Cabernet Sauvignon here in the Okanagan. So it's really important that you're managing your canopy and your crop throughout the year, and you're dropping fruit so that you ripen what you have. So you'll notice this wine has an amazing pepper characteristic to it. To me, I get some mocha, some coffee, some great earthy sageness to it that this is one of my favorite reds.
And what are we pairing this with food-wise?
Oh, this I love with a beautiful steak. It's amazing with veal, lamb, any kind of pastas is also delicious.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because I noticed we've done other reds before where you've talked about that this would go much better with, say, a heavier meal. But this tastes lighter.
This is a little bit lighter. It's definitely still got some tannin and
Yeah.
some structure to it, but you'll notice that they're very soft tannins.
It is
so
delicious.
they're round and it coat your mouth.
Very nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, hey, we're going to come back here to Time Winery in Penticton, and we're actually going to meet another member from your family. We've met you and your father. We're going to meet Chris Lee's brother. We'll come back here later in the show.
Well, we're here in beautiful Gastown in Vancouver at one of those really unique boutiques called Wardrobe Apparel. And Kate, you know all about this place.
I do. I'm a fan.
Well, this is obviously one of your clients too, and we should say for people in the rest of the country that don't know Gastown, it's a really up and coming area. Great restaurants and great places like this. How long have they been your client?
We've been working with Wardrobe Apparel since they opened, so it's been a couple of years now through their storefront and then online as well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, beautiful fashions here, but you run an agency that has a very large book of business, and describe your clientele.
Yeah, I think that we're privileged in that we get to work with a mix of, events throughout the year, restaurants, artists, apparel, which is always fun. Love that.
Loving what you're wearing.
This wouldn't be from here, would it?
We may also give back to these
Yeah,
clients.
that's okay.
But yeah, no, we're very privileged. We get to work with a mix of clients, and it's fun. It's fun. Food, wine, art, design.
Now, you say that. I was saying to you before that one of the misconceptions I think about PR, and for people that watch a lot of Sex and the City and Jennifer Garner and Kate Hudson movies from the early 2000s, it's all glamour and champagne and parties. Now, there is some of that. We see you at parties all the time, but it's also press releases on a Sunday night at midnight, isn't it? It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. I think it looks, you know what, it is fun. It is fun. I mean, we get to see the two of you out at events, and
Wow.
I mean, we have a good time, we have cocktails, but I mean, behind the scenes, there are certainly those long days that, aren't filled with cocktails and excitement, and that are more in the office and developing the plans that get people like yourselves to these events.
And people like us
and
are
the
very
general
difficult to
public,
deal with.
so-
Aren't we? These high
For yourself,
media people.
yeah. So it's interesting, though. There is a lot of work involved. What inspired you to start your own agency?
I think it was, to be honest, it's like there's, you find these brands that have these great stories, and it's getting into and this is the office stuff that isn't as glamorous and exciting as cocktails, but it's the office part where you're sitting down, you're coming up with this creative development and coming up with the stories and finding different ways to help tell what the fulsome approaches for that brand and get people involved.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And how is, I've known you a long time. I mean, PR is constantly evolving. How has it changed to, you were 11 when I met you, but how has it changed over, I've been in the media here 20 years. I mean, things have changed PR-wise. You have to adapt to social media, which wasn't an issue 10 years ago.
Totally. I think that's one of the most exciting things about this job. And I was like, moving forward and seeing how things progress. We've gone from, traditional media, from print to digital strategies, to social media, to influencer campaigns. And I think it's all about just finding the right way to target the audience that works for that brand in a meaningful and authentic way to help tell that story and get people engaged. And we like doing that.
Very nice, very smooth.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
I'm in PR.
Kay, thank you, and thanks for bringing us to this great story. You'd make my life very, very nice if you let her have some of the clothing that's here, actually.
Oh, me too, me too. Let's talk to someone.
Thanks a lot, Kay. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have talked with this actress before. 2 years ago at the Whistler Film Festival, Lita talked to her about a show called This Life and a movie called How to Plan an Orgy in a Small Town, but she's back with a new series. Here's a look.
Last night from the Crown Ascot Hotel.
Really?
They were priceless.
Who's the mark?
Abe Emery of Emery Steel Pittsburgh.
And he needs a little outside help. Thanks for the tip, Mary.
There's a look at actress Lauren Lee Smith in the new show called Frankie Drake Mystery. She plays Frankie, of course, and she's back with us again. People have not seen the show. It's from the people that did the Murdoch Mysteries, set in the 20s. I gotta say, your character kicks a lot of ass, is very confident and independent, and this is just a few years after women got the vote. So can you talk about your lead character, private detectives in Toronto 1920s?
Yeah, that's right. It's very cool. 1921 was a super interesting, exciting time for women. Exactly that. All across North America, women received the right to vote a year prior.
Yeah.
And with that, and then women's with women's contribution to the war effort, we had this newfound freedom, this sort of sexual freedom. We could dress a certain way. Women were allowed to dance suddenly. Women were allowed to smoke cigarettes. It was sort of this really interesting time for women, and so it makes such a cool backdrop for a series, I think.
There are parts of Toronto that are beautiful. You make reference to Rosedale, of course. People watching in Toronto right now, you know that area. But even things like you're wearing slacks and things like that. But you jumped into, even today, to be a woman detective in that world would be tough. I mean, tell me about how you tackled this character. Obviously, a lot of research, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny because I think of Frankie very much like she's sort of this iconic woman. Like she was a modern woman in 1921, but I feel like today in 2017 she would still be a very sort of forward-thinking modern gal. And it was really great, the research going into this. Obviously, lots of films, lots of photos. Someone put together this sort of lookbook. I don't know who exactly it was, but everyone could contribute. So the directors, the cinematographer, our writers and creators all were able to contribute to this lookbook throughout the course of the season. And it was sort of used as our Bible, just to have as a reference. And it was so wonderful and used on so many occasions to just sort of have this amazing book that everyone could sort of reference as the season went on with, photos and pieces of literature and little bits of film. So that was a really handy tool to have. I also had to get my motorcycle license.
I noticed that in the movie. Hey, what's interesting too is that I'm sure that fans, I was watching it going, wow, I didn't realize that was at that time. Like there's a scene with radio. You're making reference to Hemingway, which is Ernest Hemingway is in that movie just before he's about to jet off, I think, to Paris for the Lost Generation year. So. How many episodes you got coming up?
We have 11 episodes for this first season, yeah.
Very nice. So look for the Frankie Drake Mystery starring this woman back on our show. It's Lauren Lee Smith. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.
Downtown Vancouver at a great new spot, Dublin Calling. You can't have enough
enough great pubs downtown.
I really can.
Well, we're with a guy, actually, we go way back, actually. He is the, Seamus, what is your actual title? You've got some very impressive title, I know
Yeah,
that.
so the Director of Hospitality for the MRG Group.
Excellent. Buddy, this place, for people that are watching in another part of the country, this place sat vacant for a long time, so we're really excited, as Lena said, to see something new in this vibrant area. This is the entertainment district of Granville Street in Vancouver. Can you talk a bit about what you guys wanted to do with this place?
Yeah, so our main thing what we were looking to do with this venue particularly was making it fun. So, we have a venue, the first one we did was Dublin Calling in Toronto,
right.
Where we wanted to take the traditional pub but make it, fun. I feel like you can come in, give them experiences that you're not going to get at any other pub.
Yeah.
So when people come into this location in particular, we have 5 dart lanes on the far side.
Wow.
We have 3 ping pong tables.
Ping pong, we saw that.
Yeah.
Ping pong
tables. Table.
Right.
2 pool balls, and as well we're going to have life-size Jenga towers. Just things for people to come enjoy, get together. If they just want to watch, we've got 35 TVs in the venue.
Yeah,
One that makes
yeah.
a massive video wall.
Very
All in
nice.
all, we have that little something for everyone.
Very
Amazing
nice.
pub fare food.
What kind of food can we expect to enjoy here?
So pub food, we have the amazing fish and chips that are made in-house every day. A Yorkshire pudding, braised short rib stuffed without mashed potatoes, chicken fingers, wings, nachos, a lot of your pub fare, all scratch cookie made in-house.
Nice.
So phenomenal food. Hello everybody, I'm Seamus O'Brien, Director of Hospitality for the MRG Group. We're at Dublin Calling and you're watching Our City Tonight.
Well, we're back here in downtown Penticton at the new Time Winery for our final wine.
And we're lucky to be here with one more of the family, the McWaters family. We've got Darren with us. And Darren, what's your role here at Time Winery?
My role primarily is production planning. So scheduling, bottling, as well as working in the cellars along with the winemaking team of Lawrence and Nadine.
So what does that mean?
It's everything from washing the floors to making sure that all the packaging is ready to go for bottling.
Now, the amount that Crystal Lee spills, I guess they clean up the floor. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, no, that's true.
Usually cleaning up after.
That's right.
afterwards.
Darren, why don't you tell us what we're about to drink here?
This is the Time Winery 2013 Syrah from the vineyards in the south of Illinois.
Very nice.
Great. And Syrah, difference between Syrah and Shiraz?
Really, it's a style.
Okay. Cool.
And CL, we'll let you do your traditional, what would this be paired with?
Oh, this one, I love this with, again, kind of veal, lamb, something that's got a little bit gamier. What I love about our Syrah is that it's a little more elegant than some of the style of a Shiraz quite often. So for me, this one has a lot of like white pepper characteristic to it, and it's a little more elegant style. So it's, yeah, it can stand up to some bold flavors, but also some lighter ones as well.
Very nice. Well, I'll tell you what, grand opening spring 2018
Yes.
here at Time Winery downtown Penticton. And we're going to sit down with Crystal Lee and Darren on our YouTube channel for a longer chat about what it's like to grow up in a wine family with a father like Harry McWaters. We'll come look for that on YouTube later this year.
This episode of Spirits Up was brought to you by Time Winery.
Cheers.
Cheers. This health and wellness segment is brought to you by Viva Nutraceuticals.
Well, we're here at the Fork Hill House Irish Bistro, joined by nutritionist and wellness expert Alyssa. We're so excited to have you today talking about a topic that's on a lot of people's minds, and that's multivitamins and multiminerals. It's a billion-dollar industry, and a lot of people struggle, I think, with why do we need them, and what do we take, and what's the reasoning behind all this? So let's start with why do we need to take a multivitamin and multimineral?
Well, to put it in the simplest terms, I like to tell my clients to think of it as an insurance policy. We live in such a fast-paced, busy life that it's really important to eat clean and eat properly, but a lot of times that doesn't happen. So it's really important, just in case, to make sure you're getting your vitamins and minerals, so where our bodies are, running on optimal energy.
Absolutely, and it's true. Our energy is affected by what we put in, and
You said that.
we talk about sometimes that no one would ever put low-grade fuel into a a great car, right? It's always premium, but
It's exactly what I tell my clients.
No, we don't.
I tell my clients that all the time. It's like, why would you ever put anything not clean into your body? So a lot of times people also look at taking a multivitamin as an insurance factor because they're not eating a clean diet, because they're depending on packaged foods and processed foods. So that's another reason why that I also really encourage people to take a good quality multivitamin.
So if somebody is eating properly and they are getting the right food and fruits and vegetables, why do they still need to take a multivitamin these days?
That's a really good question, and so many people ask that. It's because our food is not sourced from where it once was. Our soils are completely nutrient void. They're not nearly as effective anymore as really getting all your vitamin and minerals in your clean eating. So it's really important that you do supplement.
Now, give us a reason why. Why are our soils depleted?
We are over-farmed. And we're also depending on foods from far away, so they're picked before they're ripe. And when our food is picked before it's ripe, the nutrient profile is completely different. So you may be thinking that you're eating really well, but in fact, you're not getting the essential nutrients and vitamins that you think you're getting from that mango, something that's so far away.
That makes a lot of sense. And food is, of course, over-processed too, but it's convenient. As you said, you have a lot of busy clients.
Busy clients, so we're depending on packaged foods and processed foods, and we're eating out a lot. It might not be the highest quality, so we're not getting the minerals and the vitamins that we need.
Yeah, and
that's a problem.
It's
because
a big
we all
problem.
are getting very tired and fatigued and anxious, and all of these type of problems can be prevented.
Okay, and it's interesting too, speaking of preventative, because we don't develop a disease overnight. It takes time, and if we are deficient in, say, a particular mineral or a particular vitamin, that can be a pretty big issue as time goes on. So
Absolutely.
With finding the right multivitamin, multi-mineral, what would you suggest people look for?
So I would definitely suggest people looking for a high quality multivitamin that's been tested for optimal absorption as well. It's very important that you make sure you know who your provider is.
Yeah, because a lot of people can buy vitamins online.
As you said, it's a very big industry, so it's really important to do your research. So a high quality company that's been tested.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. This is excellent information.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Thanks for having me.
This edition of the Health and Wellness segment has been brought to you by Viva Nutraceuticals.
Insozia is an effective sleep aid that can help you wake up in the morning feeling well rested. The traditional Chinese herbal medicine is patented and has been used for centuries to help relieve insomnia due to heart blood deficiency. Insozia is made in Canada, formulated by doctors, and manufactured by experts with more than 20 years of experience. For more information, go to vivahealthsolutions.com.
I'm Jessica from Wardrobe Apparel.
I'm Kate from Canberra Communications.
And Amanda from Canberra Communications. And you're watching Our City Tonight.
Well, we're here downtown Vancouver at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre. It's really empty right now, but it's going to certainly be full tonight because tonight is the one show only for the Let It Be Beatles concert.
That's right, and we got exclusive access to a couple of the actors before the show. The actors played John and Paul. I think you know who I'm talking about. Take a look. Guys, first of all, welcome to Vancouver.
Thanks for having us.
Can you guys talk about, as musicians, taking on the greatest rock and roll band ever?
Well, you go. Okay, I'll go first. It's pretty daunting. I think they are the greatest rock and roll band music ever. So it's tough. You want to do justice and do a good job every night. We know there's great fans in the audience. You don't want to let them down, and we hope we don't let you down tonight.
Yeah, what he said.
John, very few words. I don't get that, John.
So I'm curious, okay, what inspired, and again, this is a two-parter, what inspired you to become a Beatle? Okay, do you have a defining moment?
You just grow up loving them, really.
Yeah, well, you from London, yes, yeah. Okay, so Mr. New York.
Yeah, I always loved them as a kid and all that, and I just kind of fell into it, I knew all the songs. I just fell into it, and it was a pretty good gig.
Yeah.
I like it,
Yeah, but a defining moment, like a defining song or something that you just like, I need to do this?
Probably, well, I first learned how to play Blackbird or something as a kid. You know.
Okay, well that's defining moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So John?
Yeah, the same for me really. Not Blackbird. It was just listening to their records growing up.
Wow.
I just had my mum's record player, and I didn't have many toys. I just had my mum's records, so I just used to play them a lot. And so that's how I grew up loving them.
That's a cool toy.
How long have you guys been doing this this show?
Since 2012, when it opened in London.
How do you go about, or how do the creators go about picking? You've got about 2 hours, 2.5 hours worth of music.
Well, we
to
can
play.
make a completely different show out of the songs that we don't play.
Yeah.
It's true.
Is there? I mean, it's like describing the Beatles to someone from another planet. To go like, even in the show, it says from "She Loves You" to say something like "Hey Jude" or "Let It Be."
Yeah.
The ocean of creativity is so vast. How do the creators go about picking the songs?
Well, I think first of all you have to stick to the sort of format that there are songs that you cannot miss out.
Like Hey Jude.
There are songs that you can't leave out, and I think by and large the general public know what songs they want to hear, and so do the creators.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited that you guys are keeping this alive, and we can't wait to see it. And congratulations on all the huge success. We're certainly going to be following you guys now.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
thank you.
And great outfits tonight too.
Yes.
Right.
I just got up.
I woke up like this.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Jim, we're here in downtown Vancouver at the Gerard Lounge, which is located in the very well-known Sutton Place Hotel. We love it here. It's very cozy, especially this
In the
lounge.
wintertime, boy, I tell you, that's where you want to be in the wintertime.
Absolutely. But we're here for a giveaway, and all during the 2000s, the Harry Potter movies were really, really popular.
Oh, that's right, Lita. A lot of people grew up with these movies and the books. Successful franchise. The movies got better and better as they carry along. Now, we're going to give you a chance to win all 8 movies that come in 4K and Blu-ray, courtesy of Warner Brothers Home Video. Lita, how can people win this great and expensive prize?
Well, they can send us an email at ourcitytonightgiveaway@gmail.com. So send us an email and just let us know that you want to win.
That's right. Thanks to Warner Brothers Home Video for this, and good luck to you at winning this great DVD prize.
Hi, I'm Lauren Lee Smith, and you're watching Our City Tonight.
What show are you in right now?
Murdoch Minister. Oh my gosh!
Oh,
my gosh, guys!
That's great. We're using that.
Downtown Vancouver, back at the Italian Kitchen, but we're wrapping things up for this episode.
Yeah, and what should people do? Where do they find us? All our social media?
Oh, everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, at Our City Tonight.
I got it right. Okay, well, I'm Jim Gordon.
I'm Lita Leapin.
And we'll see you on the next edition of Our City Tonight.